Babas, and welcome to the Tube's Weekend Edition. Yay, it's going to the stories that made our week and taking a deeper, closer look at them. Let's do it. With me in the studio to go deeper and look closer are the Tube's team, the man and the conflict, Shai Ringel, the conflict and the man, Yaron Tenbrink. Hello, journalist and editor-in-chief. How was your week?
Fine.
Conflicted.
And filled with stories.
Yeah.
Okay, this was big. Google's secretive artificial intelligence researchers have revealed a computer that, as they hope, will one day be able to program itself. Developers at Google's secretive DeepMind startup, which it bought for $400 million earlier this year, are attempting to mimic some of the properties of the human brain's short-term working memory. They hope the machine will learn to program itself. Welcome to the age of Singularity, where computers will make better computers on their way to control us pony humans. Here is what Larry Page said about Singularity in an interview at TED.
For me, this is kind of one of the most exciting things I've seen in a long time. The guy who started this company, Demas, has a neuroscience and a computer science background.
Yeah.
He went back to school to get his PhD to study the brain. And so I think we're seeing a lot of exciting work going on that sort of crosses computer science and neuroscience in terms of really understanding what it takes to make something smart and do really interesting things.
So, but where's the level of it now, and how fast do you think we are moving?
Well, I mean, this is kind of the state of the art right now, and understanding cats on YouTube and things like that, improving voice recognition. We used a lot of machine learning to improve things incrementally. But I think for me, this example is really exciting because it's one program that can do a lot of different.
Exciting and, well, creepy. Shai, let's explain it together. What is Singularity and why should we care?
We're talking about technological singularity because there are a lot of different singularities. Technological singularity is a phrase coined by sci-fi writer Werner Winch, where he tried to describe a future where artificial intelligence can develop its own better artificial intelligence. Because as for now, computers do whatever we tell them. They don't have the brains to develop their own machines. And a lot of researchers are hoping that technology will be able to develop a brain like the human brain, and it will be able not only to take orders, but also to develop better computers, better science, better technological.
Yeah, thinking that it will necessarily be better if the computer will know how to improve itself, it will always win a human brain?
At first, no, but eventually, because a brain can do so much, and when the technological brain will grow and grow, it will be able to go further than the human brain. Now, this has possibilities, endless possibilities. This is also the danger in it. We all seen Terminator, where the machines already develop machines that will one day control the world. The biggest fear of mankind is that machines will no longer use humans. We are puny and unstable. And
so if that's the fear of humans, what's going on and why are they developing all this singularity stuff, Yaron?
I think it's it's a grand vision. It's a vision that humanity shares through science fiction, indeed. And we are building very smart machines, but they're not smart enough. So we want them to be smarter. And we're on this path, I think, that we cannot step off of.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean, it's if you look at Google and the amount of stuff that they're doing, and people are going, why are they into robotics? Why do they want a smart car? Why do they want smart glasses? What's all this stuff they're doing with 3D mapping the world? This all leads to one convergence point, which is the singularity, which is actually teaching machines to teach themselves. And I think, it's a very exciting concept, and it's going to be very hard to avoid, because that's the direction where everything is going. To stop means to stop developing.
And what does it mean that Google is owning it?
Well, that's the main thing. Google wants to own the future, and they have this amazing vision of the future and how it's supposed to be. A lot of it is indeed drawn from science fiction, but that's where Google is aiming. I believe that when Google controls this, it's going to be way beyond the time where it already controls everything.
Google is trying to build a brain. They already succeeded. Their researchers already succeeded in building a brain. They've let him watch YouTube for a month. The computer was able to go and see whatever YouTube he wants, and he saw like millions and millions of hours. And the first thing he recognized, he taught himself to recognize things on YouTube. The first thing he recognized was a cat.
Because of the many cat videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So he has the concept of what's a cat.
Yeah, so he saw a cat, he started to mimic how the cat looks, and he taught himself to identify a cat without any human telling him, look, you should try and see what cats look like and how do they act and so on and so on.
And the question is, did he laugh?
No.
No, okay. So
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're not there yet.
Not there yet. Okay, let's move on. Earlier this week, we talked about Sprout, the new HP project that is combining touchscreen with desktop computers to bring a new experience to your workstation. Last week, we talked about the growing numbers of desktop computers being sold, as well as the impressive new iMac desktop from Apple with Retina 5K displays. So, is the post-desktop era over? Long live the desktop? Let's check again HP's Sprout and talk about it. But Shai, I thought desktops are dead. What's going on?
They're not dead. There are a lot of different visions for how the computer world should look like in the next 50 years. And one of them
50?
Yeah, because there's a law that every 50 years you get a new product that will change everything, and then the old everything else is,
I'll be irrelevant in 50 years.
Yeah.
All of us.
But we thought that the iPad is going to replace the desktop. It didn't. But it brought a very interesting kit of tools into the equation of what can we do with a desktop. And now HP is trying to combine the two. Now, it's like Apple is doing really good job at developing an operating system for your phone and a different operating system for your desktop. Mm-hmm. And it seems like this is going to be the future for the next, let's say, 10 years, which is where Microsoft tried to bring an operating system for everything, but people really want customized operating systems like for their own machine. And
let's talk for the common person that wants to know how is this new computer going to look like in 3 years?
It's going to look
5 years.
It's for 5 years. It's going to look the same.
It's going to look much like this. I mean, we're getting some serious innovation in the desktop area.
Like what?
Like this. Like this.
Touch screen?
It's not a touch screen. It's a desktop. It comes with this camera and scanner from above, which recognizes actually where your fingers are, and it projects on the surface. It's not a screen. It's a projection. And I think what HP are doing here is very, very impressive. Dell is doing something very similar with what they're calling the smart desk. They have very impressive machines. These machines are more for designers, architects, people who need very strong desktop machines. And I think we kind of forgot that the desktop is the superior computer, because we have these very strong laptops and these very strong tablets, but they're just not as good, and you cannot do everything you need to do on them. And I think this comeback of the desktop is just the beginning, because the smart home needs very smart computers, very strong computers, and these desktops are kind of the answer.
Anything that specifically excited you as a gadget geek in the new computers?
Yeah, the Sprout is very exciting. The fact that the new iMac has a 5K resolution screen is pretty exciting. It looks like the desktop is the powerful computer that people want, and the desktop sales are at the rising. So.
Okay, well, if Shai's excited, you should be as well. And now to something with an engine, a car, vroom vroom. We talked about it this week. We talked this week about two cars. They're both from the future. One is the transparent car developed in Japan that can show the drivers what's happening around the car at any given time. The other car is the flying car from Slovakia, which is so cool that we have to watch it again and again and again and again and again and again. Okay, so that's the flying car.
The sad thing is, it's unpractical.
If
We
you're not
won't
a
fly with our impractical. We won't fly with our cars.
Because I'm not a farmer. I don't have a field. I need to put.
No, this actually, it needs to be said. This is an amazing car that can actually fly. So it's brilliant. It's beautiful, but it's not necessarily the future. For this to be
For
the future,
farmers, it might be.
Not even for farmers, because
Look, here's a farm.
no aviation authority will approve just landing in a field. You'd have to have a landing strip. You'd have to actually take it from the airport to an airport. It's not like, unless there's a huge revolution, you won't see this anytime soon near your home.
So why did someone spend money on doing that? Just to show he can?
It's a dream. It's a fantasy.
This company is developing this flying car from 1990.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I think
Sorry,
humanity
team.
is striving for a flying car, with our imagination, for at least since the invention of the car, basically.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think the driverless car is much closer.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we've not seen enough innovation in the field of automobiles in the last 100 years. And I think transportation in general is very static and paradoxically, ironically. But I think what we're seeing now with self-driving cars, transparent cars, flying cars, is a real push by small-time developers, small-time technology freaks to actually push the car forward, because what we have now is just not good enough.
Let's talk about the transparent car. Yet again, it's cool on paper. It looks cool on the video, but how unpractical to have all this in your car. Just
Actually, it's not that impractical.
No,
it's actually very practical. It's easy. I mean, this is an experiment, but if a real automobile company takes it, it will produce a much better screen and a much better camera, and a much better, we'll find a way to make it way more designed and easy to operate. And this could be saving lives very, very soon. I mean, it's a technology that is all about safety. It's not just cool to have a car that you can see everything happening outside.
Okay, well,
We
the
actually
moment
really
when
need
it will
this.
be classy designed, and I'm a person of the out. I'm not an interiors person. Never mind. Let's finish now. Thank you very much, Shai.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, Yaron.
thank
No, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I will.
You too. You as well. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll be back on Monday with a brand new show of The Tube. Log on to our Twitter and our Tumblr. It's TheTube24. That's it. Always remember, imagination, it's the eye of the soul. Goodbye.